Here in New Orleans with Paul Millsap. Are you first? Is this first time All-Star?
First time.
That's ridiculous.
You've
been the underappreciated guy for years and years and years. It's nice that you're getting your due.
Oh, yeah, it feels great, man. It feels real good, especially being in my home state.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, were you born here?
I was born, Louisiana.
So you're Louisiana, high school, college.
High school, college.
Then you go to Utah.
Then I went to Utah, yeah.
Big change. It's different than Louisiana.
Completely. Completely. Yeah, but great times, man, great times.
What was the biggest adjustment when all of a sudden you find yourself in Salt Lake City that first year?
The snow. The snow. I was not prepared for the snow. Sliding around, I didn't know what to think of it. But after years, you get used to it.
Who was on, what year were you drafted? I forget.
06.
Oh, so those were a couple good Utah teams. That's right. You made the conference finals that one year.
Yep.
Darren Williams.
Oh.
Darren Williams versus CP was the thing.
Yep. Carlos Boozer, Andre. Great team.
What is it? You and David West for the last 5 years have been the two guys in the league that, for whatever reason, you don't get your due. And even like last year in free agency, I thought for sure, you were going to be one of the marquee guys, and then you ended up in Atlanta. But why don't people? What is it about your game that people don't appreciate?
I think people are still a little skeptical of my 6'8" frame. I don't think people really understand that. I feel like the league is getting smaller.
Yeah.
Getting smaller, faster, and guys like myself, David West, at the 4 position is really taking off right now.
The Celtics have a guy like that too, who's been playing better, Jared Sullinger.
Yeah.
And that's another guy. And people, because I've been telling people this weekend, oh, he's playing great. Sully's coming on. And they're like, man, he's too small. And it's like, it just seems like enough of these types of guys have succeeded that we should stop thinking about that they're an inch too short, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. He had back in the day, he had Charles Barkley. He was 6'6", 6'5". He done great.
I think he might even be shorter than that.
Maybe, yeah. But how many guys got to come through the league for people to understand that it doesn't matter your size.
And you were second round, right?
Second round, yep.
At some point, it's going to happen. Maybe now that you're an All-Star.
Also, I hope things turn around because there's a lot of guys out there who can play. At this size, that's really underlooked.
Can you explain to me how the Atlanta Hawks remained good after Al Horford went down for the season, and it just seemed like, all right, we'll cross them off, and then you kept winning. I know you have a great coach, and you guys play well together, but how did you keep the train going?
Just staying focused at the task. We all have a goal that we're trying to reach. But overall, the main thing is just competing. We're a very competitive team. We do it every day in practice. We try to bring that same intensity onto the court, and we feel like it's transferred over.
Tell me about the coach. How would you describe him?
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic?
Yeah, very. That's the only word I can describe Coach Bud.
Right.
But he's a great coach. He's really into his X's and O's. He breaks things down to the T, to the science of it, and he makes it to where we understand. So.
Were you disappointed that Utah didn't keep the team they were building last year and that they just let you and Big Al go? That was it. See you guys.
Disappointed. I wouldn't say disappointed. I say shocked, surprised a little bit. But. Things happen for a reason. They felt like they wanted to go a different direction, and who can blame them for that? They got great talent there. But for me, I'm excited where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at.
It's interesting that you're thriving in Atlanta, and he's playing fantastic in Charlotte.
He is.
He's probably having the best season in his career.
Yeah, Al Jefferson. He's one of my good friends, but he's very underrated himself.
Have you ever laid in his 40-foot bed or no?
Actually, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, but I have.
You want to test it out. How many times you can have a friend with a 40-foot bed?
Exactly. I want to see what that felt like. So, you lay down. It's big enough, to where we have arm space, so it wasn't nothing serious.
Do you think he brought that to Charlotte, or did the people who bought his house in Utah had to keep the 40-foot bed?
I don't know. I'm sure
Maybe he shipped that.
With that, I'm sure he took that with him. I'm sure.
I always root for him because he was in the Celtics. I'm a Celtic fan. We drafted him, and you could just see the talent. Like he's one of those, you could spin him around 40 times and he'd still be able to make an 8-foot shot. Like he's just one of those guys.
One-handed with a jumper.
Yeah. He just, the ball goes in for him.
Yeah.
And he just had bad luck over and over again. Got hurt, just could never get it going. Goes to Minnesota, becomes, on his way to making the All-Star team, blows out his knee.
Yeah.
And just could never kind of get it going. So it's nice to see him.
Yeah, I'm very excited for him. Their team is actually doing really well. And excited to see what happens with them.
What's the biggest difference, Eastern Conference versus Western Conference for you?
I think the two, they flip-flop. I think the Eastern Conference now is more run and gun, get up and down the court. As far as, West Coast, smash mouth, bang. Yeah, so I think the two are different.
In a way that's beneficial for you?
For me, yeah. I mean, I took my course of pounding over the years in the West Coast, so it's good to be in the East Coast now where I get up and down a little bit.
Who's the guy in the Western Conference that you miss the least?
At my position?
Yeah.
Kevin Love, I used to have to play him 4 times. Used to have to play LaMarcus Aldridge 4 times.
Oof. Blake
Griffin 4 times.
LaMarcus Aldridge is like 100 pounds heavier than you.
Right. And like 6 inches taller than me. So,
Right.
But playing with them guys every single night, playing against them, it's brutal.
Blake.
Blake.
You don't want to end up on the YouTube clip on the other end of it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
It's in the back of your head the whole time.
It is, but I've been on that end of the stick.
Oh, have you?
I have.
Are you in it? What clip are you in, with Blake or with somebody else?
I'm in there with LeBron.
Oh, you're in a LeBron
YouTube
YouTube
clip.
clip.
LeBron YouTube clip. Yeah.
What happened?
Try to be a team player. Took a charge. Didn't end well.
Jalen claims he's never been dunked on. He says you'll never find a clip on dunk on because anytime it was about to happen, he scurried out of the way as fast as possible or ducked his head the other way so he wasn't in the poster.
Well, we can just say he wasn't playing hard enough.
I think he would admit that.
Right.
He's very proud of that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always liked when the guy in Detroit, when he was on Detroit, Brandon Knight, DeAndre Jordan dunked on him. But he was trying to block it like it was a good, and then everybody made fun of him the next day. It's like,
it's a good hustle player.
That's cool. He's trying to block a 7-foot dunk.
Trying to win a game.
Right.
Right.
What playoffs? Looks like you guys are going to be involved. Is there any chance Horford comes back, or is he just out?
I'm not sure. We'll love to have him back. I'm sure, but that's up to him and the doctors and see how they feel about it. But us, we'd love to have him back.
So basically, you're texting him every day, asking him how he's feeling.
Yeah, he's still got his arm in a sling right now. Seen him at an appearance the other day. When he comes in, it's like a ghost. So,
right.
But just to see him, he's still in good spirits. So hopefully he'll make it back.
Explain this Mike Scott to me, who all of a sudden has become, I think in January he was like 21 minutes a game, 14 points a game. Like, where did this guy come from?
Well, Mike Scott, he's a different guy. Very, very funny guy. But with him, he absorbs so much. He takes in so much. He comes every day trying to learn, trying to get better. He asks me a lot of questions every day. So, I love Mike, love him to death, and hopefully continue to do well.
Is it fair to say you guys have a lot of overachievers and guys who were counted out? Like that actually helps you in a weird way as a team?
If that gets us over the hump, yeah.
Right.
But we got a lot of guys who weren't able to showcase their talents, that's being put in a good situation right now to really showcase what they can do.
Is it true that when road teams come to Atlanta, they're always
a little
off there? If they come in the night before, they're always a little off?
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird advantage, right? Jalen claims it's an advantage.
We try to use that as much as possible, especially at home. We try to run teams to death. Hopefully they went out and did whatever, but
you're recommending spots in Buckhead for them to go.
I recommend it. If they need any spots, I'm more than happy to show them where to go.
You probably didn't have that same advantage in Salt Lake City, I'm guessing.
We had a different advantage in Salt Lake City. The altitude was the killer out there, so we had an advantage.
How long did it take you to get used to the altitude?
You
never get used to it?
To this day, you never get used to it. I don't think so. You still see guys out there gasping for air. The altitude is just really serious. It's really serious.
All right, we have to go.
All right.
Paul Millsap, good luck in the All-Star game.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
At some point, you'll be properly appreciated. I look forward to that day.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
No problem.
Please watch more from Grantland Channel. We are very competitive, and we're currently getting our asses kicked by cat videos. Would you like to watch another video? There are cats in it, I promise.